this torched zone when I'm burning.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LA Noire. My call sign is November 9.
I didn't want to arrest
Another
the kid,
body.
so I
And
gave
Deirdre
him
Muller's
the
ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Well, well, well. All right. Let's have Rusty drive.
You know the way. You can drive.
I'm just doing this for convenience and also in case we get a street crime later.
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
All right, we didn't arrest Hugo Moeller, so continuity error there in the dialogue. We arrested the other guy. All right, a pawn shop. I've never been in one of these.
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Oh, we've been there
Thanks
before.
for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
The lower the number is better. You know, 14 karat gold. 22 carats isn't very good. The lower the number, the more malleable the gold is. So like 8 karat gold, very bendy. Hopefully I remembered all that correctly.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Yeah, so remember a couple of cases back, they brought Cole in and he read a poem. And he said, this is Shelley, Percy Bysshe Shelley from London. So the guy pawned the rings under the name of the guy who wrote the poem. Very inventive. All right. On to the rail yard. That lady looked drunk. She also looked like she was in danger of being hit by a train. Yeah, check the map here. Hey, there's a street crime right there. Oh, very tempting. Very tempting.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Blair County address.
The address is bogus. Kirk is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on
All right, give me the street crime. Where's it at? Come on, LA Noire. Jesus, I'm right here. All right, let's park and get out and look. Where is it? Is it over here?
Go to hell, Parker! No way I'm going down without a fight.
Oh, man.
Drop the weapon, hands behind your head.
Yeah? Fuck you too!
God damn it. Put your hands in the air.
He's hiding in the alley!
Give it up, LAPD. Don't make me chase you.
A little too late for that, Cole. Better to jump to the next building.
How long are you gonna keep this up?
Oh my gosh.
Surrender now, or I will use deadly force.
Already did.
This is Car 11 King. Advise all units that the 211 from Mallory's Cafe is code 4, KGPL.
Roger, 11K. All units, 211 from Mallory's Cafe is code 4. Repeat, code 4.
All right.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
I need to relax after killing somebody else.
105 North Anderson.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our eyes, the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
All right, thankfully this lady's not nude, so you kids don't have to avert your eyeballs.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
All right, you can see here's probably where she was hit. And then she ended up on the ground here where they strangled her.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
So, I'll just say, having dealt with some homeless people in my former line of work, they do have a unique smell to them. Kind of like caked on sweat. Old. Yeah, it's not very pleasant. All right. Nothing there.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Now,
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
as opposed to being ripped off like some of the other rings were, this ring looks like it was just taken off, and maybe there was blood over the ring and the finger and the rest of the hand, and the ring was removed after the fact because there's no injury to the finger here. So that's a little bit different than normal, in my opinion. All right. Again, no writing, no stomping marks. I think we're done here. All right, lots of evidence here.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
All right. So it looks like she was storing personal items there at this liquor store. I don't think any business would do this nowadays. All right. Hello?
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
All right. Bar. Another bar victim. All right. From Connecticut. Dear Evelyn, blah, blah, blah. Bitter words were exchanged. I apologize.
Someone
Looks
was
like...
trying to get her to come home.
One of her parents, maybe? But only part of the letter is there. All right. So trying to get her treated for alcohol abuse.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
So she's probably been out of work since this film company closed. So that's at least 5 or 6 years. All right, so I think we're done looking at the clues.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind,
I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
Huh. Alright, that's the same kind of lipstick, but it looks like a much different shade that all the rest of the victims have. Classic Carmine must have been a best-selling brand of lipstick after the war.
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him.
Alright, so he put lipstick on the victim and then kissed her after she was dead. That's why there's smeared lipstick on her face. Fantastic. Let's ask about him interfering with the evidence.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Alright, well, as much as I don't like this person, they look like they're not being dishonest here. Good eye contact.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
And that stuff was probably laid out there by whoever actually killed her. Asking about discovery of the victim's body.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Now he's looking away, looking all over the place, so we're going to, bad cop.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Oh my God.
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Yikes. Alright. I see the Gamewell icon on the screen. That, oh, should I talk to this guy?
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your detail?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Alright, so that's that. I forgot there was another guy there. Alright, let's make a phone call here.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks for your help.
Alright, that's that. I am sure Rusty knows how to get here, so we'll make him drive.
Can you drive to this one?
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
They want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? I guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Hard to argue with that. You know, they wanted George Washington to be a king, but he said no. All right. Rusty should know everything about this place.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. You know, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
Probably
We'll
not.
Take a look around.
Okay, what is that thing? A bowling pin? I don't think those are clues.
She wasn't always such a loner.
Maybe the crew from the studio?
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
I would wager that not many children are named Grosvenor anymore. So he purports to be an intellectual. Is there anything else around here? Well, what is this other thing?
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Well, she got an award of some sort from Keystone Films.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
There's her placard for her desk.
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Why would she have a bowling pin?
I know that place, corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Oh yeah, bowling used to be a big sport back in those days. They'd have a little bag, their own bowling ball, the whole 9 yards. Mother-daughter, maybe? Rusty, don't drink too much of this. Alright, we'll ask this guy about his contact with the victim.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit to pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Okay, I don't think he's lying, looking straight at us.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Alright, let's ask about his relationship with the victim.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
Again, I don't think he's lying.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. To be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Well, that's the truth. Alright, ask about his knowledge of Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
So I don't think he's lying, I just think he didn't totally answer that question, so we're gonna go bad cop.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society.
And that's exactly what would probably appeal to someone like her, yep.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
You must be awfully confident to shut the door and leave the front of the store totally wide open. I'm sure Rusty knows where this place is too.
You're behind the wheel.
Looked like he was going to drive straight into the back of the car in front of us.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, Homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Oh, I was aware of her. She was beneath my station. All right, let's ask about his criminal history.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Uh-huh. Yep. Nothing serious. Looking down, around, swallowing.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
All right, let's ask about his relationship with the victim.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, so we know that is a lie. We know that is a lie because we have a book inscribed Grosvenor McCaffrey, found among the victim's personal effects.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You look down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew the woman.
Aces, I got a royal flush.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it. As if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
Oh.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
All right. Well, I think it's time we went to the bowling alley. Maybe that's where Tiernan is. Let me look at the map. Oh, I could probably drive there. Look at that, Rusty. You get a reprieve.
Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central. Code 2.
11 King, in or out?
Oh, we got to go to Central. Well,
Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
yes, yes. Whoops, I didn't want to.
Okay, so go left at the next one. Keep on going through here.
All units in the vicinity in any Central unit. A 211 and shots fired 410 South Flower Street. Units that can handle code 3, identify.
It can't be us, because we got to go to the station.
Through this intersection. We're going straight here.
Oh boy.
Hey!
Our car's not too damaged. That guy's car is, though.
Take the next left. You're making a right at the next intersection.
All right, here we are.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
But he treats me nice.
Uh-oh, more notes.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
All right, so the captain thinks there might be more to this.
Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
You know, I would say that's important that the
I can
captain
tell you're lying.
kind of believes, like we do, that there might be more to it.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thank you.
I want to make
All
a
right.
homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that desk.
Pardon me, mister. All right. Going to the bowling alley. Rusty knows where it is. We'll have him drive.
You can drive.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
So I think the captain knows that some of these arrests aren't legit. That the real killer's still out there.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Oh, maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tiernan. He's a pin setter. One day he introduced me to a lady after work. It stuck in my mind because she was much older, too old for him.
Where can we find Jimmy, Florence?
He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
All right. Well, Rusty didn't have a lot to say. Oh, a guy just ran out the back.
Tiernan! LAPD! There!
Oh, yeah, baby. See what this thing can do.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside of bowling.
Oh, gosh.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn, Cole.
Or a
Oh,
middle-aged
yeah.
individual with the need to feel virile.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means, Phelps.
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble. Going through the square.
I hope the people see him in time to get out of the way. What if they run because someone's setting them up? Because they feel like the deck is stacked against them?
Don't make up ridiculous stories for them, detective. Leave that to the pert imagination.
Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
All right, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
That's the end of that. About fucking time.
Give it up, LAPD!
That guy's nice car was totally ruined. Not his, the one we were driving. All right. Well, look, it's back and it's totally repaired. Good times. We will go to McCaffrey's apartment.
Can you drive to this one?
Yeah, Rusty. Oh, wait a minute. Let's not use that car. How about our car?
You're behind the wheel.
Your car just shows up no matter where you go. All right.
Advice?
Call me a red basher, but I think we should look in on that fellow
McCaffrey's in
traveler
apartment
from the
6.
bar. That McCaffrey guy.
All right. Apartment 6. Is that upstairs? All right, it is. It's right here. Oh, come on. Gold handle. I walked right by that.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Good answer. All right, so, gosh, it seems like 3 or 4 cases ago, orgy of evidence. I think this is what we just found right here. All right, the other half of the note.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
Okay. Tire iron, blood of the victim on it.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor?
And a bloody shirt.
Who are you guys? What are you doing in
We're
here?
from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Thanks, Toots.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation, at least.
All right. Maybe we can get to chase him across the rooftops.
There's an oxymoron for you.
Or better yet, maybe he will want to fight with me.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll
Do
talk.
not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Oh, we went up these stairs. Come on, you gotta be kidding me, game. At least he's still in sight.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
No, he is not a runner. As we are gaining on him.
Give it up! LAPD!
Oh, now all of a sudden he's taking off again. Oh, whatever.
Can't we talk about this?
Sure we can. Right into the wall. That dude would have a concussion.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects.
You know, I hate to say it, but if you said right now, whoops, it has to be.
Rusty. Who am I to
Oh my God! What are you doing? Get back in the stupid car. Of all the suspects I've encountered, if you said one of them has to be the killer, McCaffrey is probably the best suspect. He's intelligent. He knows about poetry. So he would know about Shelley. He's cunning in some respect, and he's familiar with law enforcement methods. He's been arrested before. So if I had to pick one of the people we've talked to or arrested, right now he's probably the most likely suspect.
Jesus, Phelps!
Calling all cars. Citizen reports officer needs help. Shots fired. Officer down.
I can't do that. I already did one this episode.
Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Swing left.
How would I swing left? I could just go straight. Alright, that was a nice little shortcut.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want the confession from one of them.
All right.
Don't fail me, young Phelps.
I think the captain likes to beat people up who offend his moral
I say we bust in there and
sensibilities.
find the goddamn evidence.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
All right. Ask about his relationship with the victim.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
I barely knew her. All right, look. I barely knew her. She's got a bowling pin from his bowling alley. And we have a witness, who is our other suspect, saying she entered a hotel with him on the night of the murder. Maybe not the best evidence, but we will go ahead and accuse.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Oh, it's not just that. Also, the lady at the bowling alley said you introduced her.
McCaffrey gave you up, Tiernan. He says he saw you go into your hotel with Evelyn.
I met Evelyn at the public library. We would read for a while and then go for a drink. Last night, we went back to my hotel room and had some more to drink. I must have passed out. I woke up and she was gone.
What time was this?
Around midnight, maybe later.
And there's no one who can confirm this.
No, there isn't. I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Did you let her take a shower at least? All right, let's ask about the victim's book.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
All right. He's making good eye contact. I don't know. I just don't.
You don't like McCaffrey, do you, Tiernan?
He's full of the common man routine, but he props up a bar like the rest of us. Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. He had nothing but vitriol for her.
I just didn't have anything there. I didn't have any proof or any cues that he was lying. Okay, let's ask about the alibi.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
All right, we've got this liquor purchase, and so we'll use that to accuse him. Surely he would remember that because she would have given it to him when he was sober.
You're lying, Tiernan. You'd been fighting with her. You fought and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left, that was it!
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me. But she would never stop talking about McCaffrey. McCaffrey was a writer, and McCaffrey was a hero. McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
I might as well have. I kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
All right, let's ask about his access to the murder weapon.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Well, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
All right, now his eyes are looking around, a lot different than before, and he's blinking rapidly and swallowing.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
All right, we're not going to charge him.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear. You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
All right, let's ask about his alibi.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
He was looking down the entire time. Now he's looking away. It looks like he's swallowing, lifting up his eyebrows like he doesn't think anybody would believe that, and we don't.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Well, we have got the other half of the note. Where's the note thing? The torn letter, right here.
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
All right, let's ask about the access to the tire iron.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
Well, no. I don't think he's that stupid. But Tiernan does say that you threatened to end her. So we're going to accuse.
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. It's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
All right. I see the phone icon.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks.
All right, history of violence. Quite honestly, that's something he should have gotten before he went in to talk to him. All right, we got to go talk to Tiernan because he was accused by McCaffrey.
These doors strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go. It's all been cleared up.
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
All right, ask about the events prior to the murder.
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning, very hungover. I thought Evelyn would have come back.
And again, he's looking around, swallowing. You know, we've got McCaffrey's accusation here.
I know you're lying, James. You went out looking for her. Tell me what really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say I wasn't in that hotel room?
Nope, that's not really an answer.
You wound up at McCaffrey's. You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
McCaffrey woke me up the next morning. He showed me the lug wrench and the letter and the box. And he said I came in with him last night. He said that I killed Evelyn. And that it was all over the radio. And that he would protect me. And I don't know, Detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. And I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it. It wasn't me.
You know, I'm not going to charge him. I think it would be easy to charge him. But McCaffrey has history of actually almost killing a woman before. He's very angry at her for stealing his book. And he views her as a lesser person. And I think that guy is just kind of a stupid patsy. Now, I'm not saying that McCaffrey killed her either, because
you got it made if you can get to that desk.
having all that evidence there again is just very sketchy to me. Like, he's smarter than that, and he would have gotten rid of it, in theory. But maybe not. Maybe he thought we'd never catch him and never search his place. I don't know.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
Sorry. We know that's all not true. He was discharged from the military, and he got charged for almost killing that lady. So, yeah, all that's lies.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
All the way down at the bottom.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that, son.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot at the prison graveyard.
The captain cracks me up. Stew on it, McCaffrey. You and your ascot. All right, is that the end? All right, we did a fair amount of vehicle damage. We missed a question. It says, Grosvenor McCaffrey can write a tell-our memoir from his cell on death row. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Studio Secretary Murder. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. I know it's an old game. I love playing it. It is such a good game. And when it's all over, when we reach the end, I'm going to do an extra episode with some street crimes. And I'm going to talk about how I think, even right now, that this company could put out a sequel, L.A. Noire 2, just reusing most of these same assets. And I think it would be a great hit. They're probably not going to do that. And, you know, that ship kind of sailed. I guess the sequel to this was supposed to be set in China or something like that. Anyway, we'll talk next time. Thanks for watching.